And let's begin the bulletin in Egypt, where 15 militants have been killed in a shootout with security forces in North Sinai province. Security officials say the army raided a terrorist hideout, acting on a tip-off. Automatic weapons and explosives have been recovered. This comes days after ISIL announced that one of its leaders had been killed in Sinai. Egypt has been involved in a crackdown on militancy in the region. And let's get you an update on the aftermath of that raid. CGTN's Adel Mahrour is joining us from Cairo. Adel, Egyptian forces acted on a tip-off that exposed those alleged terrorists. Have they been identified?
Well, the Egyptian Interior Ministry has not given any details about the identity of these 15 terrorists who have been killed, or even which groups they belong to. They say that among them are at least two of the known leaders for the extremist groups in the northern Sinai area. What is significant about this indication, or about this clash, is that it happened in Al Arish city itself, which is the major city, the capital of North Sinai, and that is mainly why things have turned out quite astonishingly, because usually Al Arish, it does see some militant insurgency activity, but not as much as the rest of the northern part near the Egyptian borders with Gaza, near Rafah and Al-Sheikh Zuwaid. So that's why it wasn't alarming, and the number of terrorists that has been found and killed in the crossfire was also a notable one. Police forces say they have found 3 improvised explosive devices, 5 automatic rifles and 3 shotguns with the perpetrators before, during the clashes and after they entered their hideout and searched the area.
Well, Adel, give us a brief overview, though, of some of the terror attacks in Egypt in recent days, and how exactly has the government reacted?
The government has been holding a massive military operation there. It is a joint effort between the Egyptian Armed Forces and the Interior Ministry. It has taken place since November and was originally scheduled to end by February by an order of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, who's given the army 3 months to complete or eradicate terrorism from the Sinai area. But the deeper the armed forces dug in the Sinai area, the more huge infrastructure it has found for these militant groups. Dozens of hideouts, even hundreds of explosive devices, hundreds of vehicles, of motorcycles, and tons of explosive material was found in the process, which at the end made the president more flexible with the deadline and focus more on the progress that takes on the ground. The army has taken a huge advantage on the ground. Militant groups have been greatly seized with their power to attack. The number of attacks happening on a daily basis, even on a monthly basis, has shrunk tremendously. And many are expecting that soon the army will announce the end of military Operation Sinai 2018 after great success, as described by several security experts here.
Well, that failed attack, Adel, comes days before the anniversary marking the Egyptian army's victory in its war against Israel. Tell us about the significance, though, of those commemorations in Egypt.
It is a huge memory. It is a huge step that is celebrated on an annual basis, and even in the Sinai itself, it is a symbol of that memory. The Sinai has been occupied back in the 6 Days War in 1967, and since then Egypt called it Al-Nakba, or the catastrophe, and since then it has been a mark of patriotism, having Sinai, regaining Sinai to the nation, and marking the 6th of October war victory over Israel is a national day. And this is why actually many have been believing that the recent activity in the Sinai was intentionally made to disrupt the celebrations. The celebrations are usually by the Egyptian Armed Forces Air Force, who goes all over the capital and major cities celebrating with acrobatic movements and spraying smoke with the color of the Egyptian flag. And it marks the day that Egypt has successfully stepped into the Sinai and eventually liberated not not by war, but rather by peaceful talks that have led and came to the 1979 Camp David Treaty with Israel and the core of peace between Egypt and Israel.
Adel Mahroui for us there in Cairo with that update from Egypt. Thank you.